vector product or the cross product. Today I will be discussing about the cross product or the vector product. Some of the properties related with this cross product or the vector product. Like suppose if you do a cross product or the vector product, if I take two vectors, vector A dot vector B, this is a dot product. Okay, if I put a dot here, then that is a dot product. If I put a cross here, then that will be a cross product. A cross B, this is equals to AB sin theta with a unit vector multiplied n cap. Okay, A cross B is equals to AB sin theta n cap. Now what does the n cap represents? N cap represents that if you multiply two cross products, okay, if you multiply two cross products, what will you get? You will get a third vector. Okay, that means if you multiply A and B, the third vector that you will be getting the answer as vector C. Just a representation that A cross B will be equals to C. This n cap represents the direction of the third vector. That's why the unit vector is being there. But before starting to the properties of the cross product or the vector product, as in the last class the video was not visible, so I am repeating the scalar product or the dot product properties again. Please go through it once. I have written it on the board. We'll be going through it once. Okay, let us go through it. So the dot product or the scalar product, property number 1. Dot product is commutative. What does it means? Again I am repeating that dot product is commutative means that A dot B is equals to B dot A. That means if you multiply both the terms, this term also, if you multiply, you will always get the answer as AB cos theta. Okay, you put B in the second position or you put B in the first position, your answer will always remain same. Move to the second property. Dot product is distributive. That means A dot in bracket, again I am telling you have to write this in form of a bracket. You have always we have to use bracket here because you have got in the lower classes in the maths, bracket is necessary for the multiplication. So A dot bracket B plus C. So when you break it, what will you get? This A is multiplied with B and also it is multiplied with C. This is your distributive law. So it will be equals to A dot B plus A dot C. This is your distributive law. Third one, dot product of equal vectors. Equal vectors, that means if I consider two vectors, vector A and vector B. Okay, it is called as an equal vector when they are acting along the same direction and are having the same values. Okay, so that's why I am not taking A dot B, I am taking A dot A because it is a equal vector. Okay, B is equal to A, so in place of B I have put A. A dot A will be equals to A square cos 0 degree. Why 0 degree? Because we have already discussed that the angle between the equal vectors or the parallel vectors is equal to 0 degree. The same way, equal vectors we have the unit vectors I cap dot I cap. I cap dot I cap will get I square cos 0. Cos 0 is 1 and I, since it is having a value of 1, so if you do a square, you will always get the answer as 1. I cap dot I cap will be 1. J cap dot J cap will be 1. K cap dot K cap also will be equals to 1. Okay, so this is the dot product of the equal vectors. Let us see the dot product of the perpendicular vectors. So if I do the dot product of the perpendicular vectors, A dot B will be equals to AB cos 90 degree. Because perpendicular vectors, so angle will be 90. So cos 90 value is how much? It is equals to 0. So which are the perpendicular vectors? I cap dot J cap. Because I cap is along x axis, J cap is along y axis. They are perpendicular to each other. So it will be equals to 0. Similarly, J cap dot K cap is 0 and K cap dot I cap is also equals to 0. So this is the dot product of the perpendicular vectors. Let us move to the next property, that is property number 5, dot product of the rectangular components. So for that we have to use this property. Okay, we have to use this property and we have to use this property 3 and 4. Let us look into that. So the dot product of the rectangular components, that means A dot B. Rectangular components means we have to split this A into x axis, y axis and the z axis. I am using only 2 dimension, I am not using the third dimension. Vector A will be equals to AXI cap plus AYJ cap. It will be B vector, it is BXI cap plus BYJ cap. if I multiply, as you can see the property here, that I cap dot I cap is equals to 1 because dot product is distributive, so we can multiply this whole term with that. Okay, so Ax I cap will be multiplied with Bx I cap plus By j cap. So if I multiply, so Ax I cap in dot Bx I cap plus Ax I cap plus By j cap. So if I multiply that, so Ax Bx I cap dot j cap will be equals to 0, so I cannot use that. So I have to use I cap dot I cap. Okay. Next term I cap dot j cap will not come because you can see the answer in the perpendicular vectors property, that is 0. Plus we will get ay by j cap dot j cap. Only the singular vectors will be there. The rest all the vectors will be 0. So we will get the answer as ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Okay. So these are the property of the dot product. So let us now move to the properties of the cross product one by one. Now the properties of the cross product or the vector product. First property is that the cross product do not obey distributive law. Like if you see the scalar product, then it was following the distributive, this is not distributive, it should be commutative law. It should be commutative law. Okay, commutative law. So previously we have seen in the scalar product that A dot B is equals to B dot A. But here A cross B, it is not equals to B cross A because it does not follow the commutative law. If you want to write in the reverse form, then what we have to do, you have to put a minus in front of it. Then we can write that this is a equal. Okay. But if you don't put a minus symbol, then this is not equal. It do not follow commutative law. Why it does not follow the commutative law? Suppose if I consider a screw. Okay, there is a screw and you are moving the screw, like suppose this is the movement. I am taking a wood. Okay, suppose I am taking a wood here. There is a wood. I am moving the screw. Okay, I am moving the screw clockwise and anti-clockwise. So if I move the screw in this way, okay, in this direction, I am moving the screw in this direction, that is in a anti-clockwise direction. I consider this as a vector A, this as a vector B. Okay, vector A and vector B. So when I move anti-clockwise, so what will happen? This screw will move inside. Okay, this screw will move inside. Suppose the direction will be towards this side, so that direction is represented by NK. Clear? Same way, if I reverse the direction of the screw, that means if I move the screw in a clockwise direction, okay, now this is a screw, I am moving the screw in this way now, in this direction, in a clockwise direction. So if you move the screw in a clockwise direction, it will not move inside the wood, it will be moving outside the wood. Just consider an example. Okay, if I take a screw here, like suppose this is a screw, if I move anti-clockwise, it will move inside. If I move clockwise, it will be moving outside. So just consider inside is this one and outside is this one. Both are represented by a unit vector. Because the use of the unit vector is to represent the direction of a vector. So one is moving inside, one is moving outside. That means, what does it mean? That the third vector that will be getting, both the direction are different. Okay, so that's why what we used to write, suppose if I write A cross B, your answer will be equals to C. Okay, answer will be equals to C for this one, it will be plus C. Similarly, if I use for this one, A cross B, the answer will be not plus C because you can see the direction here, direction towards downwards direction. So that means A cross B will be equals to minus C. It will be not plus C. That's why we have to put a minus here. Clear? Then we go to the second property. The cross product follow distributive law like the previous one in the scalar product. A cross B plus C. So it will be A cross B plus A cross C. This is similar. Cross product of the equal vectors. Cross product of the equal vectors, that is A cross A if I do, it will be A square sine 0 degree. Sine 0 degree, it is equals to 0. That means you will get the answer is equals to 0. But previously in the scalar product, the answer will be equals to 1. I cross I, 0, J cross J, 0, K cross K, again will be equals to 0. Then if I do the cross product of the perpendicular vectors, so it will be A cross B will be equals to AB sine 90 degree n cap. Sine 90 is equals to 1. So if I do A cross B, as I have already told, when we do a cross product of two vectors, we always get the third vector. So this will be equals to vector C. That means if you do a cross product of I cross J, you will get the answer is equals to K cap. Clear? You will get the answer is equals to K cap. If you do J cross K, you will be getting the answer is equals to I cap. Let us see how to do it. So if I consider I cross J, if I do A cross B will be equals to C, I cross J will be equals to K cap. J cross K will be equals to I cap. Okay. Similarly, I J, J K, K I will be equals to J cap. There is a way to remember this one, you see. Just make a circle, put the arrows in this way, in an anti-clockwise direction. Suppose here it is I, here it is J, here it is K. So I cross J. Okay. So if I do I cross J, you will get K. J cross K, you will get I. K cross I, you will get J. But if you move in the reverse direction, K cross J will be not equals to I. This will be equals to minus I cap. K cross J will be equals to minus I cap. Similarly, J cross I will be equals to minus K cap. If you move in the reverse order. Okay. Similarly, I cross K will be equals to minus of J cap. So this is how we need to use the properties of the cross product. There is one more property related with the rectangular components. That property we will be discussing in the next class. Thank you.